go bloody dark in here. It'd be great if there was just a little bit of light would be nice. Please? Oh, that'll do. Excellent. Yes, at times it would be very nice if I had some lights in my massive data center server rack. Just because at night the light in here is not great, and sometimes I need to go in and have a look, and there's many reasons, but I'd love to have lights in it. And luckily we have SMLIGHT to the rescue. So SMLIGHT is a Ukrainian company. I have done a couple of videos on their stuff before, one of them with Avi from Take Me Out, and they have sent me this sort of care package. I didn't expect this to arrive, but here we are, and fantastic. So this is their A1 SLWF09 LED controller. So this is a new product, I believe. I think it is. Anyway, it's new to me. And this is a controller for LED lights, which we have here. So we have some LEDs that we're gonna put on there. I believe they're WLEDs, so we can control each individual LED, which I haven't done before, so that's another first for me. So we're gonna add that to the server rack, but there's a little bit more to it because SMLIGHT's devices are sort of all modular and whatnot. So if I just take this out of the box, it looks like this, right? But we can actually take this off, like so, and we can take this one out, maybe. Like so, and here's the board, right? And this allows you to add these things. So we have a PoE add-on, so we can power by PoE. Hooray, I'm in a server rack, we have PoE. That goes on there, we attach that on to the board, PoE add-on. We have a microphone add-on, we can add that to the board. We have an Ethernet add-on, so we can actually get the data and control it via Ethernet as well. With the LAN, which is there. So we can add all these modules to the board. And then of course, at the end, we're gonna control it all through Home Assistant, because that's kind of the whole idea, is that everything works with Home Assistant. So first, I think, is we're gonna probably add these to the board before we hook it up. And then we'll do a bit of a test bench scenario to make sure these work. And then we'll install them and go from there. So let's put these add-ons onto here. The LED is here, that's gonna go into that somehow. I'm not entirely sure how that connects just yet, but let's put these on. So we have a Ethernet add-on, that's gonna go there. We have a PoE add-on, which is odd, because I'm assuming you can't use the PoE add-on without the Ethernet add-on, because where does the PoE otherwise come in? But anyway, that's how we power it then. That goes there. And then we have the itty bitty microphone here, which goes just here in the middle, like there. So those are the three things we need to put on before we can obviously power it on and connect it. Cool. So that, we're gonna start with a PoE. That, and you can see it has little pins there and there. It lines up beautifully. Very, very simple to just sort of press in like that. That's on. We're gonna do the same with the Ethernet adapter here. Just press it in like that. And of course the microphone's gonna be the same. So just like that. That is how simple it is. So you don't need to have these add-ons on. You can use it without it. Then you power it either with USB-C or 5 to 24 volt, it says on here. So quite the range. You can have your own DC adapter. That is not included. And there's also another module here that says AR add-on. So there's some sort of AR, that's what it says up there. Not sure what that is. Then we have a relay here, so you can obviously do something with a relay. Haven't figured that one out yet either. So let's put it back in the box. But now we've added the Ethernet adapter, so we got to get rid of this tab here that's there. So we have my official cutter and knife right here. Very simple, just like that. And then the tab should come off, like that. Peel that off, and now that should fit. So we stick it in here, like that. You see now we have the LAN port there. I might have to clean that up a little bit, but you get the idea. And we can put this on as well, like that. And that's it. That is now ready to be installed. So next we're going to set up a little test bench to make sure we can connect that to that and actually control it before we install it on the rack. All right, so I've now plugged it in here with PoE. So it's PoE powered. Of course, that gives it network connection as well. And then this is now wired up. Super simple, by the way. You literally have a VCC, which is your positive. Then you have a input, output, or a signal wire, which is the middle one, and a ground, which is the one on the right. You plug those in. It's already stripped, so you just basically, there's no tools required. Click that into this, and now we connect it. So on the screen here, I have the management page, I guess, for this, which is on the IP address that has been given by the network for now. And you get a whole bunch of stuff. Now, I'll go into a little bit more of this a little bit later because there's a lot of things here. But I just want to show you that it works. So I can now press power up here. Boop. And look at that. It turns on. And I can change the color. So I can go, all red, for example. Like there. Oh, actually, I got to go to effects and I got to go solid. There we go. I gotta go back to colors, then I can change the color. We can go blue or yellow. And what you saw were all the effects. So we can have an aurora, and there's a million. Just look at this. Look at how many there are. I guess this is the WLED lovely world. I don't know. This is all new to me. Try fade. Yeah, why not? Okay, yeah. There's so many that I don't know which one to choose. Of course, I hope all this comes in through Home Assistant as well. But for now, this is all working. I did have one little quirk, and I'll show you that. So when I plugged it in, it said there was only, it was only lighting up like a little bit of the LEDs. And it turned out it was 30 LEDs. So up here on the config, you go into LED preferences, and I had to down here change the length of the thing to 300. And it took a couple of goes for that to work. It seemed like it was running out of power or something, not sure. I restarted it and it seemed to be all fine. So I think that works as it should. But that's the only thing that I have changed in terms of settings. So let's install it on the rack, and then we'll jump into Home Assistant and more of the settings and see what we got. All right, so before I show you all the goodies of the WLED from SMLIGHT, the controller, how about subscribing to the channel? Yeah, I'd really appreciate it, because I know about 80% of you watching are not subscribed, and it's just that little red button down below, and it's free. It doesn't take much effort from your part, but it means a lot to the channel if you would subscribe. So, or leave a comment or thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. But let's have a look at this controller from SMLIGHT, which I've already forgotten what's called. Has a long name, but here it is. So this is just the IP address for it. So it has its own sort of web interface, and it is the A1SLWF09, as it says here on the tab. That's the one. Anyway, it's a WLED controller that is PoE powered. That's what I care about. So of course here, this is the main screen. You can't see behind me, but it says, colors down here, just in that gray bit there. So that's the screen I'm on. I can start by turning it on. Just press power here, and you can see that it turns on. Of course, I can change the colors of it. So I can change it to, whatever, red, or I can go with white or back to blue, that sort of, the usual thing, right? But of course, connection to light failed. Well, it's live. Not sure why it failed. It's probably back again. We can also change here to effects. So that's another sort of sub tab, and there's a lot of these effects. All sorts. So you can see here that this is a palette, and then there's some of them have music. So there's a microphone in it. So I'm probably not going to do that in this video. It's not really my thing to have lights flicker to music, but you can, because there's a microphone in it, so it can hear the music and play colors. But let's start with bouncing balls, for example. And then that is a preset, and there's a lot of them. Like, look at the scroll bar here. Look how many presets there are. So if you like some of these, that's great. We can use those, flow or whatever, or we can put in juggles. I don't know what that is, but there's a lot, right? There's a lot of them. Plasmoid. Yes, we need some plasmoid. Anyway, segments, because of course this is WLED, so you can address individual parts of the light strip. That's the kind of one of the cool things. I just have one segment right now, which is light number 0 to 300. I haven't set up different segments because I'm not entirely sure what to do with it yet, but maybe you have some ideas. Put them in the comments. I'd love to know how you use them. It could be, I have a friend that put them on his stairs, so maybe you can do it one step at a time or something. So that as you walk up, each step lights up. I don't know, something like that, right? But you can put different segments on here. Transition, there's all sorts of. You'll see settings. Don't worry. And then we have presets, which I'm not entirely sure what is either. But again, API commands and all sorts, apply, add, boot, blah. There's so many things you can do with this. This is a maker's dream, nightmare, not sure, but there's a lot. So, all right, so we have, that's the main menu here. Then we have these other menus up here. We have a timer, so you can, timer active, your light will turn on, off after 60 minutes. As I said down there, I know you saw it. I'll do it again. Timer deactivated. If I turn it on, your light will turn off after 60 minutes. So it's just like a timer to turn them off. So that's fine. We can sync with other lights. Other lights in this network will now sync to this one. So I don't have any other lights right now, but I'm assuming we can make them all do the same thing if you want to. Peak. I can't remember what peak is. Yeah, if you like, I'm actually not sure. Anyway, let me know. And then there's info. So what is this thing? This is a WLED. It runs version 0.15.1 at time recording, called Kozin. SMLIGHT Ukrainian. Maybe that means something Ukrainian. I don't know. When we have all the different build numbers and we have the time, what it is, which is not quite correct. Anyway, this is not current Australian time. Maybe the time zone's wrong. CPU clock on it. So it's a CPU on it, of course, because it's a controller. And you can reboot it, etc. A whole bunch of stuff, right? Now the config. Are you ready for this? Here's the config. I don't know why the buttons have to be that big. That's just how it is. We can put up Wi-Fi as a backup. Now it's PoE connected, so I haven't done that, but you can set up Wi-Fi. LED preferences. Right. Now, some of this I don't quite understand because I've said there's 300 LEDs, right? A power supply with a total of 17 amps is required. 17 amps. That's like a industrial dryer or something. I don't think that's correct because it uses very little. They're LEDs. But anyway, that's a bit weird. I've just powered it with PoE, which is what, 48 volts at 0.2 amps or something. It's not a lot, not many watts. And then there's a whole bunch here, and there's so much in here that I don't know anything about because look at this, just the types of LEDs. This is how many types of LEDs there are. And I don't understand what any of them do. I just know this is the one I have, I think. You can set up the power, how much power each of them get, each LEDs. So currently it's 55 milliamps, typical for 5 volt. And then this type of LEDs, which is what I got. So I went with that. You can change the color order, etc., etc. There's so much you can fiddle with and change. And I don't know what it would do. Like where is this button 0 GPIO? Like, I don't even know that. Push button. Yes, I know it is. There's 2 buttons on the controller itself, but I don't know if any of these are this. So I have a lot to learn, but it's kind of neat. If you are into changing things a lot, this is where you do it, right? And you can, set up all sorts of things here. I'm not going to go through it all. I just want you to see that there's nothing they haven't thought of. That's pretty much it. You can have your own config templates, etc., etc. So much. Okay, I'm going to go back here because then there's some 2D configuration, strip or panel. I don't know exactly what that means. Can you set them up as 2D, the actual multiple LEDs? That'd be kind of neat. Not sure. User interface, you can change that. Again, there's a whole lot of stuff here, etc., etc., right? And there's so much. There's so much of it. Sync interfaces. This is where you broadcast and you have sync groups and you can sync them, etc. I find it overwhelming. I'm not going to lie, but it's probably it's what SMLIGHT does. It lets you configure almost everything. But having said that, apart from the number of LEDs, which I had to set to 300, everything just worked out the box. Like it just worked. I didn't have to do anything. So yes, you can change everything, but it doesn't seem like you have to, right? So that's cool. Okay. Of course, this is great. This interface is a bit clunky, I must admit. And of course, it doesn't allow us to do much with other things, which is why we have Home Assistant. And this WLED, it is my first controller, and it's down here, WLEDs. I have one device. This is my server rack light controller. I literally plugged it on the network. Home Assistant went, yep, there's a controller. I pressed add, and here we are. That's all I did. Super simple. So what comes through to Home Assistant? Well, here are the controls that we have, or well, the sensors and the configuration, etc. Right? So we can set presets here, and those, I'm not sure exactly what that preset is, but okay. But we can of course turn it on and off, which is important. We can have the color palette, and these are all those, I think, that we saw before. Maybe, is that right? Pastel, pink candy. Let's go with pink candy. Why not? Okay. So we can change that through here. What did that change here? Oh, that's pink candy. So these are the color palettes here. Okay. So those come through to Home Assistant, not the effects. Well, not yet. Okay. Firmware, up to date. Intensity, we can put that. Live override. Not entirely sure what that means. Okay. Yeah, I've got something on. Put it on as a night light. I'm assuming it dims it down a bit. We can restart it. We can reverse it. So if there's an order of the lights, we can reverse the order. The speed of the animation of the lights. And then again, sync, receive, sync, send. Like there was the synchronization before as well. And we have some diagnostics. We have the IP address. Oh, we go estimated current. 120 milliamp at 5 volt. So what does that do? That's, how many watts is that? It's almost none, right? So why does it say 17 amp? Anyway, I think that's wrong. Max current, 3000 milliamps, 3 amps. That's a lot of current. And we have 300 LEDs, right? So those things come through the Home Assistant, which is neat. I haven't quite figured out what I want to use them for in Home Assistant because, again, this is all new to me. But I'm thinking that perhaps I could have some, because Unify integrates your Home Assistant. So if there's like devices offline, I can make them all go red. And if they're okay, it'll turn green, like, or maybe every hour there's 5 minutes of green lights, or if they're on all the time. I'm not sure. But some sort of status indication of what is running in the rack, that might be nice, I'm thinking. Yeah? So let me know. I'd love to know how I could use this. I mean, there's a million ideas, I'm sure. But let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear them all because this is kind of new, and I'm definitely getting more WLEDs because these are kind of cool. There's so much you can do with them. It blows my mind. So that's Home Assistant. Of course, you can put all this in an automation if you wanted to. But this was just, I wanted to do this video because SMLIGHT send this sort of care, I call it a care package, but I didn't ask for it. They didn't tell me. It just arrived. I think that's nice. I like their products. I love to put them on the channel. I hope you enjoy them. On the other videos I've done on SMLIGHT's products, I've heard from lots of you that you all use them, and I love to support them. So check out the links down below as well to find out where to get this and what else they got, because they got a ton of different types of home automation tools and controllers and things. So what do you think? Again, let me know in the comments, and I'd love to hear from you what your ideas are and whether you like this or not. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go and look at my pretty lights now, and I will see you in the next video.